So, I know it's been a minute, but I just left the service today and it put it on my heart to make another video. So, I'm gonna tell you another story that I went through, glory to God. And it was this past summer, 2013. It was in Waterbury, Connecticut on East Main Street where Wild Strawberry used to be. There's a cemetery right there, there's a black gate. And I'm driving there. It was in the 2 weeks heat streak we had. It was like 100 degrees. You were sweating whether you had a shirt on or not. And I'm driving on East Main, and I see this 80-year-old man, 70, 80-year-old man, fully clothed, jeans, long sleeve shirt, holding on to the black fence and crawling, pretty much tiptoeing, crawling, however you want to call it, towards where he was trying to go. And I'm driving by and I'm like, yo, this man's gonna die if I don't pull over and help this man. Like he was gonna die. It's 100 degrees, fully clothed, holding on for dear life. I'm like, we gotta turn around. So I turn around, and as I turn around, I pull up to him. I open the door. I'm like, "Hey, man, you need a ride?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I need a ride so much. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna make it if I don't. I'm gonna die." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll give you a ride." And it took him. He was in pretty bad shape. I mean, it took him like 5 minutes to get into the car. So long that I actually had to turn my car off and wait for him to get in the car. So he's tiptoeing, crawling to the car, holding onto the door, and making his way into the car really slowly. And I'm like, take your time, man. And as he's making his way, he's of sound mind. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize if I'm taking too much of your time. I just need to ride up the street. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And as he gets in, I'm like, where you need to go? And he's like, oh, I need to go to the liquor store. So in my head, I laugh in my head like, oh man, but I'm just like, hey, you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I'm just like, yeah, man, where you going? He's like, it's literally up the street. So I'm like, yeah, cool, no problem. So as we're in the car, we're driving there. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking about in my head like, this is the right thing to do. This is what Jesus would want me to do. You know what I mean? Helping somebody out. I don't know this man. You don't need a reason to help anybody. You know what I mean? And we get there. It was literally two seconds up the street, literally. And when we pulled in, he got out. It took him a couple minutes. He kept saying thank you, kept apologizing. I'm like, don't worry about it. And he gets out. It takes him like another 5 minutes to get out of the car. It takes him another 5 minutes to get into the building. And as he's coming out, as he's in there, I'm just thinking about the whole situation. Like, damn, he's like 70, 80 years old. He was drinking. He was damn near crawling to get that bottle. And I just felt like, it was like a life lesson just to see, like, I don't want to get to that point. I don't want anyone to be at the point. I don't even want him to be at that point. But, if I can help him, he was going to die if I didn't help him. So, I felt like, this is just what Jesus would want. Because you know what Jesus said? He didn't hang out with the cool kids, the popular people, or politicians. He's with the sick, the weak, the old. He's with them always, And I felt, I was feeling good about what I was doing. And he starts to come out at this point, and he comes up to the car. He's making his way in, and as he's making his way into the car again, he's apologizing. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't take too much of your time. And as he's sitting in the car, as he's starting to sit down, I'm thinking about Jesus, and I know this is what he would want me to do, and I'm just proud of myself. The hundreds, if not thousands, of people were passing this man, and nobody stopped. I decided to, and I just, I turned to him and I said, don't worry, man, I got heart. And he says, how did you know it was me? I was so shocked at that answer that I didn't ask why he asked it. I I just knew. And immediately after he said that, he said, it's right back down the street. Can you just bring me there? And I said, yes. And I took him. But the whole ride, I'm thinking, why? I pull in, he gets out, and he leaves. And the whole time I'm thinking about it. I believe I met Jesus. I really do. Just of a, the guy was of sound mind. He had no reason to say that. He's apologizing. I'm thinking about Jesus. And I said, don't worry, man, I got heart, don't worry about it. And he just says, how do you know? How did you know it was me? He had no reason to say that. And I think Jesus was speaking through him and, in a way, congratulating me because nobody else stopped. That's serious, man. Glory to God.